Big guns never tire is a long and confusing rule. I am here to explain it quickly and with the Battle-O-Tron graphic map, because Games Workshop doesn't use anything like this anymore. They employ word pasta and hope you can figure out what they mean. Here is the perfect situation to explain all aspects of the rule. We have an Eldar Fire Prism is in combat with 3 Chaos Terminators. There are some Chaos Cultists on one side, not in engagement range of anyone, and we have some Eldar Guardians on the other side, also not locked in combat. In this example, the Chaos player has charged with the Terminators, but nothing happened in the combat. All attacks missed or something like that. It is currently the Eldar player's shooting phase, and Big Guns Never Tire gives them some options. Here is how the rule works. Even though the basic rule is that units in engagement range cannot shoot while in engagement range unless equipped with pistols, the Fire Prism is still able to shoot. The Fire Prism is equipped with a Shuriken Cannon and a Prism Cannon which has 2 fire modes. Because it is a vehicle, it can still shoot. It can shoot at the Terminators, but when it does, it is at -1 to hit. If it did have any pistol weapons, those particular weapons would not suffer the -1 to hit when firing. It can fire these shots at the Terminators even if the Guardians were also in engagement range of the Terminators. The only weapon it cannot fire at the Terminators is anything with the Blast special rule. Page 26 of the core rules on blast weapons is where this little addendum can be found. You cannot fire blast weapons at a unit in engagement range. Big Guns Never Tire does not override this, so it cannot fire its Fire Prism as a dispersed pulse, but could choose to fire it as focused lancers at the Terminators. There are other options. The Fire Prism can shoot at the Cultists. This is the very first line of Big Guns Never Tire. Monsters and vehicles are eligible to shoot while in engagement range, full stop. So the Fire Prism could fire one of its weapons or all of its weapons at the Cultists. Because the Cultists are not in engagement range of anyone, the Fire Prism could use its dispersed pulse profile that has the Blast special rule. When firing at the Cultist unit, again the Fire Prism is at -1 to hit rolls, but if any of its weapons had the pistol keyword, it could shoot the Cultists without the -1 penalty. If there was another Eldar unit in combat with the Cultists, Banshees for example, the Fire Prism could not shoot at the Cultists. Big Guns Never Tire does not override the rule that you cannot fire into engagement range, but it lets the vehicle or monster shoot at units in engagement range of itself. Forget the Banshees for now. The Guardians cannot shoot the Terminators, even though their weapons pose no risk to the Fire Prism grav tank. You would have thought that small arms could be used and have been used historically to remove infantry that are attacking friendly tanks. But that is not an option in the far future of Warhammer 40,000. Again, let's assume for simplicity that all shots missed in the shooting phase and the combat phase, and it is now the Chaos player's turn. They choose not to fall back with the Terminators, and the Cultists remain stationary. The Cultists can shoot the Fire Prism. The Cultist with a heavy weapon in the squad is at -1 to hit the Fire Prism, as per Big Guns Never Tire. The other Cultists have pistols, and they do not suffer this -1 to hit, again, as per the Big Guns Never Tire rule. The Terminators can't shoot the Fire Prism unless they had pistol weapons. Pistol weapons can be fired in engagement range even though it is not normally allowed. As they don't have pistol weapons, they cannot shoot, neither at the Fire Prism or at the Guardians. This does mean that the grav tank is shooting them, but they are not able to shoot back. This is how it is intended to be in the rules. In the charge phase, a Chaos Helbrute comes out of nowhere and charges the Guardians. You may have seen them on Space Marine 2. Helbrutes are freaky creatures and, importantly, are vehicles. It misses its attacks in combat. Everyone does. The 2 players are just very unlucky today. In the coming Eldar shooting phase, the Guardians cannot shoot because they do not have pistol weapons. The Fire Prism is in the same situation as its previous turn. It can shoot the Cultists and can use blast weapons against them, it can shoot the Terminators but can't use blast weapons, and even though it is not in combat with the Helbrute, it can shoot the Helbrute. Why can it shoot the Helbrute that's in combat, but it couldn't shoot the Cultists that were in combat with the Banshees? Because Big Guns Never Tire. It is the same reason that the Cultists can shoot the Fire Prism. It is a monster or vehicle in engagement range with friendly models. No blast weapons can shoot at vehicles in engagement range as per the blast rule, but the Fire Prism can shoot the Helbrute. It is at -1 to hit because it is using Big Guns Never Tire to shoot, and it is at another -1 to hit because it is targeting an enemy vehicle or monster in engagement range. You cannot be more than net result of -1 to hit. When the Helbrute charged, the Fire Prism could not fire Overwatch at the Helbrute. That would take place in the enemy charge phase, and you cannot fire Overwatch while in engagement range. Big Guns Never Tire is only in the controlling player's shooting phase. This is explicitly covered by the out of phase rules rule in the rules commentary. When it comes around to its shooting phase, the Helbrute is in the same situation as the Grav Tank. It could shoot the Guardians, it could shoot the Eldar Grav Tank. It would be at -1 to shoot the Guardians, or it would be -1 and potentially another -1 to shoot the Grav Tank. If you want to double check any of this, the rule can be found on page 20 of the main rulebook for 10th edition of 40k. If you want more help with any of the rules of Warhammer 40,000, I have a playlist to help you, and questions and comments are very much welcomed. Have a great day of 40k.